I really appreciate everyone that's just got up and done some dance in there. So it's all about getting yourself in a really good state. And whenever you feel tired or like unmotivated, just move. That makes such a big difference to you. So what I'm going to do is share my screen. And the reason why we're going to go through this tonight is because I'm speaking to lots of people currently about, you know, joining Beachbody. It's all just started. It's getting to the end of the year. Everyone's kind of wanting to create goals. And I love it because this is a real thing that I'm passionate about. Excuse me while I catch my breath. I've already been dancing before I started. And I really am passionate about you finding your why, really setting some really good goals and creating kind of a really good vision. So me, I better introduce myself as I'm recording this for anyone that's watching now. I'm SJ, I'm the UK sales manager for Beachbody here, and we are about to launch. It's coming up to launch day. We've got less than 2 weeks now, and I'm super excited. But tonight is all about goal setting. It's about finding your why. It's about creating a vision. So I'm just going to share my screen. And oh, look, we have gone over the 100, so people wouldn't have been able to jump on. So bear with me while I do this. So share screen. And now this should, please tell me that you can see one slide that says goal setting fun shop. Give me a thumbs up if you can see that. No, I'm getting a shaking of the head. What do you see? Oh, you do. You can see that. Great. Okay, so you can see one slide that says goal setting fun shop. So that's what this is about. Hold on, I'm checking the chat now. Let me just check. Yep, I got a thumbs up. Thank you very much from Tanya. So what this is about is, like I said, a goal setting fun shop. We're going to go through the certain steps, but it is going to be interactive, and I'm going to ask you to do some things as well. So you're not just going to sit here, listen to me talking. We're going to take some time in between where you're actually going to sit and write down some goals. And I'm going to give you some prompts as well to make it a little bit easier. And I'm sure that many of you have sat down and written goals down or written things down that you want to do. I've got a massive to-do list, maybe. And it isn't, you know, it doesn't matter if you've done it, because repetition is key in this. And it's all about keeping doing it and doing it consistently, and then checking in on it as well and reviewing where you are with it. So let me just move everybody out the way, because at the moment I can see all your wonderful faces. So we're going to go through what you want, and then also why you want it, and finding your purpose. Because sometimes we can think of things that we actually want, and that can be really kind of make us smile. But unless we get the real reasons why behind we want it, you know, it's easy to come off of track. It's easy to get, you know, unfocused, and something can throw you an obstacle and you kind of like stumble at the first challenge. And so we really need to get something that's through the core of you as to why you want that thing that you're going for. And there's going to be things that we're going to cover tonight. It's not just going to be about materialistic things, and that's okay to want some of those too. But we're going to go through personal development. We're going to go through material things. Then we're going to go through some financial goals as well. So we're going to do 3 sections. And sometimes people will make a decision that they want to do something, and people genuinely, when I speak to most people about, you know, when they've set goals in the past or when they've done something that they've achieved, you know, there's some kind of big motivation behind it. And unfortunately, the majority of people are motivated by pain. And that, you know, we all know people that have waited until it's right at the last minute before they do something. They've been kind of given nudges before. Maybe it's a health reason or a financial reason. You know, you get a letter saying you owe some money, or you get have to go and see the doctor. But actually you kind of push it to the side and push it to the side until it gets that pain point where it's like, I really need to do something now. And, you know, that for some people works, but we need to kind of take you there quickly so you don't get to that pain point, but you imagine how bad it would be if you were there. And that will create a really strong why when you're trying to move away from that. And then the other why is something that you really want, which is the pleasure. So it's pain or pleasure are the 2 things that people are motivated by the most. And it's trying to find out what works for you and, you know, what doesn't work for you, and actually how we can get that why inside that you are motivated to do it before you get hit with a brick, which is not pleasant, I can tell you. And so we're always being kind of thrown off as well. There's little curveballs that will get thrown into us, like a price list maybe will get chucked in there, and then all of a sudden you'll forget what it is you're doing. You'll get an obstacle, like a family member will give you a negative comment about something you're doing. And I can tell you now, when I first did my goals board, and it took me 4 years from when I first heard that I should do a goals board and a vision board and write my goals down and visualize them. 4 years for me to actually do it. But when I did it, it wasn't all positive. When people saw my goals board, I can tell you now, it wasn't all positive. I got loads of comments about the mumbo jumbo and, oh, what's that all about? Because it took up a big wall. I was really determined at that point. However, I had got to a point of pain where I had to do it. But when I got it up there, and I have to say, for a little moment or two, when somebody came in and made a negative comment, I was a little bit kind of wavering there about, oh, should I take it down? And then I looked at the board, and because it was somewhere visual, I looked at it every day and I thought, no, this is about me. This is what I want. I'm really passionate about everything that's on that board, and I'm determined to go for it. And so it stayed up there, and I didn't care what anyone else thought about it because it was powerful for me. And what I achieved since then, I've done these goals now, is unbelievable. So, I can't tell you from my heart enough how powerful this goal session will be for you. And we're going to kind of cram it into about 40 minutes, where actually, for me, it probably took about 3 hours once I got into the deep side of it. But you're going to go through the top line. You're going to give one paragraph as to why, but then you're going to have some homework to do as well. And I'd love to see everybody's at some point sent through to me and you sharing it somewhere. So it is really powerful. And it's a bit like jumping in a car and not having a sat nav on. For anyone that's kind of in life at the moment looking as to where they want to go, you can sit in a car and think, I need to go to Scotland, and drive on off to Scotland and just follow the road signs. And you'll get there, but it might take you a long time because you have to kind of guess your way along there. Or you can just stick it into a sat nav, have real clear direction as to where you're going, have a real driven purpose as to why you're going, when you want to get there by, and be there even quicker. So that's how powerful this is. So we need to look at what results that you're after. And you're going to get we're going to go into that, and you're going to get some real clarity around what it is you want. And we're going to kind of make this a thing that you do every day, and something that I've been really kind of following for now, 6 years, 7 years, where it's now every single day I look at my goals. And so this is what I'm going to get you to do. And it is repetition, and don't take it for granted. Don't look at it and think, oh, there they are. If it feels like that, then something needs to change. But the more you look at this, and the more you get kind of that repetition of rewriting your goals down, clarifying if it is what you want, getting clarity. And it's, if you look at an airline pilot, when they're going to set their course, if they're off just slightly, they won't end up in the destination that they want to get to. So if you keep looking at your goals and you think, actually, this isn't what I want, I need to kind of regroup and get back on track, then make sure you do that as well. And that's why it's really important for you to revisit them kind of every day. And you're also going to take some action today, which is going to be really good. And I know it's going to be late by the time we finish, but I know there's still things that you'll be able to do off the back of it. And so I like to believe that goals are not just for Christmas, they're for life. So do not wait. Make sure you do this today. And I'm really impressed that you are all here. I think we've got over 100 people on here on this Sunday night doing goals, and it's not January the 1st. So big well done to you. Massive pat on the back, because, that's powerful. Thank you. Yes, you're patting yourself on the back. I love that. So you're doing things, outside of the norm. And that's when most people will place their goals, is in January. But we're doing it now because it's really important for you guys, especially everybody that's here within Beachbody. It's really important for us right now. We've got so many excited people with some great dreams and things that they want to do and achieve with the company. So I'm really excited for that. So we also will know that when you write a goal, it needs to be in the positive, and your language is really powerful. And so when you're writing something, you don't write, I don't want to be a size 16. You write down, I want to be a size 10, which is this way, or whatever, if that is your goal. So write things in the positive. Make sure that your language, and give yourself a check from time to time about the language you use. And it's really interesting because I used to use the word frustrating a lot. And someone picked me up on it once, and they said, look, just change the word frustrating to fascinating and see how you feel. And it's so true. Now I'm fascinated by people rather than frustrated by them. And actually, I feel so much better for that. So just using a different language. So when you're writing your goals, or when you get to an obstacle, think about the language that you're using around that, and making sure that everything that you write down is in the positive as well. And so we are going to do lists today. We are going to write some outcomes that you want to achieve. It is going to be interactive. I hope you've all got pens that are working. Because yes, good, very good, thank you. I can see them now. Because you're going to create your future in advance. And what I want you to really do is think about, really visualize where you want to be. And we're going to set some goals for 1 year, 3 years, 5 years, 10 years, and 20 years. And for some people, that's quite scary. I know it definitely was for me. I was a person that literally lived 1 year at a time. I never saw beyond, 1 year. That was from a whole family history of people that seemed to have been dying around me at that moment. It just didn't seem like the right thing for me to do. And so it made a real difference to my life when I started projecting and living a little bit further beyond the 12-month schedule, I can tell you. So we are going to do that tonight as well. And when you're creating your future in advance, it's not going to be just things like I need to pay my bills. We're going to get excited. You're going to imagine that you're a child at Christmas during some of this as well, where, when you say to your children, like, write your Christmas list, anything is possible. They literally write everything down that they want, and there's no limitations to it whatsoever. Whereas us as adults tend to go, okay, well, I can't really get that. Oh, yeah, but I can't have that. And then I can't. Don't do it. Today we're going to go and free your mind of all the limitations and just put, if anything was possible, this is what I want in the different kind of areas that we're going to cover today. So I'm really excited to be getting that for you as well. And then don't think about what you're capable of doing right now either, because one of the areas of development that we're going to do in areas of goals is personal development. So part of that is about you becoming a different person, you learning new skills. What are those new skills? Who is it you want to become? And so we're going to cover that as well. So don't think as well, because our first thing, and we've all done it, I'm sure, is that when we're looking at goal setting and we say, oh, I want this, and it's like, oh, but how can I get that? And we put that how just jumps straight into our heads about how we're going to achieve something, and it kind of put the brakes on. So we're going to ditch the how, and we're not going to worry about that today. Because we're going to find out where your passions are, what your real purpose is, what your why is, and what you really want. Not the materialistic things that you think you want or that someone else wants, things that you really, really want and think that will enhance your life. And then you don't have to worry about the how, because it all kind of comes together in the whole kind of world of law of attraction and putting things out there. So we're going to cover all different things, from personally, emotionally, socially, kind of people you want to surround yourself with, your spirituality maybe, financially, and physically as well. So for a lot of us, that's really important for us right now. So we're going to get very clear around our why. And it was really interesting when I speak to people, because that's not something that anyone's really thought of on time to time. Why are you doing something? And I can tell you now, when I joined Beachbody, it was definitely a why am I doing this? Why is this important to me to be part of this company? And I really, for everything that I do in life, I always look at, why am I doing this? What is my purpose here? And so I've joined this company with a very strong why, and I hope you can feel that. That's why I'm here on a Sunday evening. This does not feel like a job to me. This just definitely feels like something I'm meant to do. And I'm really passionate about helping people as much as possible. So that's why I'm here tonight. I've heard, many people asking me, about goal setting, and I don't know why I'm doing this, but I just know I want to. And so I'm here to kind of support everybody. And when you've got a really strong why and a strong purpose, it just keeps getting stronger, and it's way stronger than the actual thing you're going for. So remember that too. So this part where I'm going to ask you to write some paragraphs about your why, you've got to really take some time to think about that, because that's the bit that will get you motivated. It's way more motivating than that actual thing that you want. So if you want a new mobile phone, that's great. But actually, how will it improve your life if you had one? And why do you really want one? It's getting that why behind it that's more important than actual phone itself. Because that is the thing that will give you a purpose and actually get up and do something. And it helps you to keep you focused as well. So reasons come first, answers come second. So don't worry about what the answers are and how you're going to achieve it. Your reasons why you're doing it will need to come first, and then we'll focus on it afterwards. So as I said earlier as well, we're going to review it and refresh it. So every day you need to check in with your goals. And there are going to times when you look and you go, actually, I'm really off course on this one and I just need to readjust. And that's okay. And somebody said this, I didn't realize I even said this to them in a conversation, but she made this little quote for me, and she said, failure is feedback. You don't use it to give up, you use it to grow. Because that was something that I'd said to her. And it's absolutely true. You know, don't take, if you've put a limitation down or you've put a date down on a goal that you've set and you haven't achieved it, don't take it as failure. You have to just look at it and go, okay, what did I do? Was I really motivated? Is my purpose really strong on this? My why really strong on this? And could I done anything differently? And 9.9 times out of 10, I'll say, yes, you could. And so always go back and review it and go, okay, right, I'm reviewing it. I'm checking on my purpose. I'm checking on my reasons why I want this. And I'm going to kind of refresh this and go forward again. And that's why checking in each day like a pilot would on a journey really helps you to keep on track, and it keeps you focused as well. So we're going to get interactive. So we need you to get comfortable. If you are driving, and I know I did see some there, some of this you might not be able to do because we are going to spend some time writing stuff down. And so I want you to kind of either pull over if you can and get your pen and papers out and start doing stuff. And if you can't pull over, then make sure you go back and you replay this. But for anyone that's staying on here and is not driving, there's no excuses. You know, you're here for a reason. You've invested this time tonight with me, which I'm really grateful for. And so let's go and do some stuff and actually write some goals down and get some clear goals around your personal development, your financial goals, and also anything that you want that's materialistic and nice and shiny. So we're going to do that actually as we go live through here. So it is going to be interactive. Make sure you've got your paper ready. And so the first area that I like it. You keep flashing your notebooks. I'm enjoying this. You've shown up tonight. This is good. So the first area tonight we're going to focus on is your personal development goals. And what we're going to do is you're going to get 5 minutes to literally write down a load of personal development goals. You want to kind of dump stuff out of your head. Don't worry about anything else. Don't get interrupted by anybody if you can help it. Get your pen and paper ready and literally just start writing. And when you're writing, you're not overthinking it. The first thing that comes to your mind is what you write down on the paper, and you're going to just write a load of stuff. Get your pen moving as fast as you can possibly do it. You can have 5 minutes to do this, so you've got plenty of time. And I'm going to give you some kind of ideas around the things that you might want. But personal development is all about you. It's about who you want to become. It's about the things that you want to achieve personally. Could be a career goal, could be learning a new language. It could be learning to speak in public, standing on stage, doing a Facebook Live for the first time. Anything like that is a personal development goal. Who do you want to be when you're, 3 months from now, 12 months from now, 2 years from now? What kind of legacy would you like to leave behind? So we're going to set a timer. So you're going to go for 5 minutes. I'm going to play a little bit of music in the background just to help you out. It won't be as loud as it was just now. And I just want you to just let go, just dump everything in your head down on a piece of paper and just go for it. On the screen here, there should be some kind of clues. Oh, look, Banksy's back again, drawing on the screen, whoever that is, please stop. So we're going to do personal development goals. There we go. So you've got some ideas then on the things to go for, but I'm just going to let you kind of go with it. You've got 5 minutes and go. So what would you like to create? Have you got career goals? Have you got a certain rank advancement that you want to get to? Have you got a company incentive that you want to go for? Is there any accomplishments, any recognition? Maybe pace setter you'd like to achieve? Would you like to write a book? Would you like to lose some weight? Do you want to exercise every day? You're not doing that currently? Do you want to become a coach? Do you want to be a leader? Do you want to host confident Facebook Lives? Have you not done it yet? Have you not stepped outside your comfort zone? Do you want to step outside your comfort zone every day? Do you want to learn a new language? Do you want to go back to college? Do you need to find a new peer group? Don't overthink it. Just write everything down that comes to your mind that you would like to learn. Who do you want to be in 6 months' time? Do you want to lose weight? Who do you want your children to look up and see? Who are you? Keep writing. Just put that pen to paper. Don't think too much. Just write stuff down. If you've never done anything like this before in your life, just think of just 3 to 5 things that you would love to do that you thought that weren't ever possible, but now you've got the freedom to not even think about it. Don't put any limitations on the things that you can do. Just get stuff out of your head and onto the paper. What skills would you like? Who wants to learn how to speak Spanish? Who's going to start blogging or learn how to blog? Maybe you're going to start vlogging. Who's going to learn how to skateboard? I've got a lovely Beachbody skateboard over here. I nearly broke my neck the other day trying to use it. I'm going back to university. Do you want to be a live trainer with Beachbody? Okay, time's up. I'm hoping that you've written some things down. Give me a nod of the head if you've written some stuff down on your paper. Yeah, great, perfect. I'm seeing lots of nods happening there. Now, what I need you to do is to put a timeline on each of the goals that you've written down there and things that you want to achieve. And you've got to put like a 1 year or less. So a time in which you'd like to achieve this. So, you know, if you put that you want to go back to university, it's going to be however long that course is. So you kind of put that down. For the things you want to achieve pretty quickly, you want to put 1 year or less, 2 years or less, 5 years or less, and 10 years or less. So you've got some time to do these, but just write down the ones that are obviously really important to you. They're going to be a 1 year or less deadline. So just go through your whole list now and put a deadline next to all of them. And we'll just give you a minute to do that. Again, don't overthink it. Just put those timelines right next to everything that you've just written down. Remember, don't worry about how you're going to achieve this. Make sure you just put your times down. So you've got your most important ones happening soon, and then the others that you can kind of leave till a little bit longer, or the ones you know may take a little bit longer, that's okay. And just keep going back through all of them and just putting a date next to them. So once you've done that, I need you to go and pick 3 of your top of your 1 year goals. So your top 3. So go through all the ones that you've put the number 1 next to and find your top 3. And then once you've found them, you need a completely separate piece of paper now. And then what you're also going to do is all invest in a journal of some sort that will be your kind of review journal for your goal setting. So at the moment, you're going to have a separate sheet of paper and take those top 3 from the 1 year goals and transfer them over and leave a few lines underneath each one. So 1 sheet of paper for each one of those 3. Actually, Charlene's got a push journal, has she? Great, love it. So yes, so write your top 3 1 year goals down. Now this is the bit that you're going to get emotional with. Okay, so hopefully you've got 3 really good ones there that you know you need to achieve between now and October 2018. And stick that date on there. So the 8th of October 2018 is when you're going to achieve these by. If not by then, before them. So you're writing those down and now transfer them over. I'm hoping I'm giving you enough time to write everything down. I know some of you are quite fast writers because I can see you looking straight at me. There's a heads down for a little bit longer. Perfect. So now you've chosen your top 3. You need to write a paragraph for each one as to why achieving that goal between now and October the 8th, 2018 is an absolute must for you. And remember to write everything in the positive. Why is this a must? Why must you achieve that? So why must you exercise every day if that's what you've put down there? Why must you learn how to become a coach? Why must you become a live trainer? Why must you have achieved, diamond rank within Beachbody? Why must you have become a pace setter? Why is this really important to you? Exactly. Thank you. Dave's just put down there, if anyone feels any doubt about reaching these goals, that's why personal development is all about. And you know what? This is classed as personal development. This is one of our 4 vital behaviors, what we're doing right now, because you'll learn. It's not all just about reading books. It's about learning things that you've not done before, stepping out of your comfort zone and doing things that you've never done before. It's listening to all the trainings that we hold on a Tuesday and a Thursday night and occasionally Sundays. This is part of your personal development. This is what I'm here for. I am now your coach, and I'm coaching you on getting your goals. And helping you to achieve your goals and helping you to at least write your goals down and make the first step, because awareness is the most powerful thing. So why is this important to you? Why must you be this person? Why must you, become, I don't know, a great leader or an inspirational mother or a role model for my children? Why must you learn a new language? What's that one paragraph you're going to write for each one? This is your purpose. This is us finding your whys. And these are all about you. I once had a lady telling me about something, and it's more along the materialistic goals. And she gave me a goal, and then she sat there and I said, tell me your why. And she just could not give me a paragraph around why she wanted this goal. And then she sat there and she said, come back to me, I'll give it to you. And then I went back to her and she said, I can't give it to you. She said, because it's not my goal. This is something my husband wants, not me. So I was like, okay, well, we need to look at your goals then. So it's all about you. What is your goal? Make sure that if you're struggling to write this down, think to yourself, well, actually, is this something that I want? Is this somebody I want to become? So write down your paragraph for each 3. You don't have to worry how to spell. Make sure you can read it though. Why must you do these? Why must you achieve these? Why must you read 20 personal development books a year? Why must you attend every training that there's on? Why must you listen to personal development first thing in the morning? Why must you get up at 5 o'clock? Whatever it is you've chosen to write down there as your top 3, make sure you've got that paragraph there. That's really important. Okay, so we're now going to move on to the next one. And if you've still got stuff to write down there, that's fine. We can always go back to this after we've done it, and you can just fill in the gaps, but you're kind of getting the ideas around how powerful these goals need to be. And it's not just a to-do list that you write down. There's so much more to it. And so it's, it can be really easy sometimes. Yeah, I want to achieve that. And it's like, okay, well, do I really want to achieve that? What am I going to get from achieving that? And who am I going to become when I do achieve that? So it's really important to think about yourself. And the personal development side of it is, as we've said, part of our 4 vital behaviors here with Beachbody. Our vital behaviors with Beachbody. That's not the right thing. It's Sunday night. So, but it's one of our 4 vital behaviors with Beachbody is personal development. And so this is really important for you. And I think for anyone as a human being, it's really important to kind of explore this area of your life and kind of develop yourself every day to help you grow. Okay. So the next one, people might find more fun. This is the things goals. And I say people might find it more fun, but then people might find it also challenging, because this can be sometimes a little bit materialistic. And this is your things goals. So some people will be fine with this and will have the longest list possible of all these things that they would love to achieve and love to kind of accumulate. And then others are going to be going, oh, well, I don't know whether I could go for that. And actually, is that not like, you know, is that just not a bit kind of too much? Or what are my friends going to say if I get a brand new car on my drive? Don't think about it. This is going back to your children, thinking about Christmas, where, you know, they write down, I want to, I don't know, 4 puppies. Like, you know, that's something my children would write down. As you see, we've got 4 dogs, but they're not always going to get everything. But it's like they write down 4 puppies because they think that's okay and it's possible. They think anything is possible. So I want you to write down exactly what you want. And I like the fact that someone's put my list as short and sweet, no more debt. Okay, what does that look like? Because that might be that there's like, when you haven't got any debt, it still might mean you've only got £1 in your bank account. So we need to kind of get away from that and move into the positive. So really think about the things that you want in the positive. Okay, so I want you to kind of get your materialistic head on. Pretend you're a 9-year-old child that has got like the Argos catalogue and the BMW catalogue and the Mercedes-Benz and the jeweler's shop catalogues and stuff. Everything that you possibly would want, that you think would enhance your life. Or that you just want, you know, it's not about necessarily needing, that you just want in your life, would make your life easier. Now we're going to write those down. So you're going to write them down and you're just going to blurt it out onto the paper, just like we just did before. You're not going to overthink it. You're not going to think about how you're going to get it. You're literally just going to dump it down on the piece of paper when the music starts playing. And you are going to have 5 minutes to do this and just write down as many things as you can possibly think of. That will kind of, you know, make you smile as you write them down. What if you won the lottery? You know, what would you do with that money? So just start writing. Let's get your material things down and see where we go from that. You can just keep going and going and going. There's some clues on the screen there for you. So yeah, get writing. So what do you want to own? Do you want a new house? Do you want a new car? What kind of car do you want? Do you want a cleaner? A gardener? Fun, exactly. Do you want a nutritionist that comes in and gets all your meals ready for you? I know I'd want one of those. Does all my meal prep for me. That would be amazing. Do you want a sailboat? Do you want to go on a spa retreat with all your friends? Do you want to swim with fish in the Maldives? Do you want to take your children to Disney? Do you want to go to Disney and be able to afford everything when you get to Disney? Do you want a ski chalet in Switzerland? A MacBook, a diamond ring, a Rolex? Do you want to go to the hairdressers once a week? Do you want to be able to fly to Summit? First class, maybe. That sounds pretty cool. Oh, a honeymoon. Yeah, what a great idea, a honeymoon. For those of you that haven't ever had one. A new sofa, a new kitchen. Love it. Hire a country house and have a massive party every year. I love that one. Get 4 dogs. Thanks, Victoria. An iPhone X. Who wants these? These earpods, they're the best thing I've ever bought. That was my goal for this month. I love them. If you want a new car, what is it? Is it BMW, Mercedes, Jaguar, Range Rover? What, a caravan? A gardener, I get that. Somebody's renting a house next door to Tony. Ticket to meet Tony Horton. To be able to travel first class all over the world. A driving license. Laser hair removal. Walk-in wardrobe. A cleaner. Loving it. Great ideas that everyone's putting down here. To be able to have Netflix and not worry about it. Doesn't have to be a massive thing, it could be small things as well. I'm passionate about music, as you can probably tell. I have to have Apple Music. That was on my goals. Apple Music subscription every month. An extension with a luxury home. Send kids to a decent school. Pay for university. I could go on the next one there when we deal with financial. A bigger car to put all of the dogs in. I can relate to that one. Tell you what I need is air conditioning to make my house not smell of dogs. Upgrade gadgets. Perfect. Right, your 5 minutes are up. Hopefully you've got lots of things down on that sheet of paper. We're going to do exactly the same as we did just now, where you're going to put your 1 year, 3 year, 5 year, 10 year goals down. So when is it important for you to have these by? So make sure you put all the numbers down next to them. So you've got 2 minutes to do that.
Up with it, girl. Rock with it, girl. Show them it, girl. With a bang bang. Bounce with it, girl. Dance with it, girl. Get with it, girl. With a bang bang.
Come on. Turn the radio on. It's Friday night and I won't be long. Gotta do my hair, put my makeup on. It's Friday night and I won't be long till I hit the dance floor. Hit the dance floor. I got all I need. I ain't got cash. I got you, baby.
Just you,
Baby, I don't want it. I want to have fun tonight. Baby, I don't want it. I want to have fun tonight. I don't need
And just as before, now that we've done it with your 1 year, your 3 year and your 5 year, you're going to take your top 3 1 year goals. So your top 3 1 year, I would love to have that goal in my life. You know, is it a spa with your friends once a month? Is it, you know, a diamond ring, the honeymoon that you want? That 1 year goal that you've written down, those top 3, you're going to do exactly the same as we've done previously, and you're going to transfer them over to the next page. And then you're going to write your paragraph as to why that is a must for you. You know, you might have been wanting this for years and years, and you've just thought, I'm just going to put it on hold. I'm just going to put it on hold. I've got no motivation. It's just like, I can't see a way of me actually doing this. I'm just going to bank it. And now you've got that opportunity to do something. And awareness, like I said on the previous one, is the first step. Like, what is it you absolutely want? What is it that will motivate you, and why do you want this? Like, let's get them out now. Let's get excited about life. Let's sort of, you know, think, I'm going to do this. I'm going to achieve this, and write down those top 3. And then put your paragraph underneath each one as well. In the paragraph, you want to write down why you want that. Why do you want a new diamond ring? How will that feel if you're wearing that diamond ring? Why is it a must for you? What does it mean to you? Why, if you took your children to Disney, what would their faces look like if you took them there, and how happy would they be? And how would that make you feel inside? Why is this a must for you to now get this? Hope that helps, Sarah. Get excited, get that feeling inside as if you're actually achieving this now. It's okay to like want something like this. Why would a cleaner make your life easier? Why would a nutritionist coming in? Why is learning Spanish really good for you? Thanks, Sarah, you're well done. Why would new trainers be really good for you? I know there's a few of us that will probably need those. Okay, you've put your top 3, you're writing your paragraphs down. And it's got to be a paragraph, not just one word. Write a paragraph down and get a real feeling behind it. Just dream big and just go for it. And write that must. Why is going on a honeymoon really important to you? And it's so true, Becky, you know, they say about finding the why that makes you cry. And when you get that point in you, that's when you think, actually, I can do anything. Anything is possible. And sometimes you just need the kind of vehicle to get you there. And the reason why we're doing this is because I've invited everyone, obviously, from Beachbody, because we have an amazing vehicle now. Kind of like let that know that you can just achieve anything that you want to now, you know, with personal development, helping other people. That's massive. You're going to make a massive impact to other people's lives. It's okay. That's it. It's a must for me because, and I went to a Tony Robbins event once and he sat there and he said, if you think you can't, that's when you must. And I use that in my life all the time. If there's ever a time where I think I can't do something, then I have to say to myself, actually, this is a must. I now have to do this. And I have to find a way to do it. And so if you think to yourself you can't do something, just kind of put a massive capital letters next to it. Now I must do this. I've put a limitation on myself and this is ridiculous, because we can achieve anything really when we put our minds to it. So switch the word can't to must. Write that down somewhere. You want frustration, change to fascination. The word can't to must. We're going to be changing your language over these next coming weeks as well. Amazing. Yeah, writing I am for future goals is powerful. Fantastic. Yeah. Love it. Okay, so now you've written down your 3 top things goals and why you must achieve those as well. So before we go on to the next one, we're going to have to stand up a bit and get a bit more energy. You've been sat down for a little bit. So I'm going to stick on another song and I'm going to go with this one. Why not? And then you're going to have to get up again. Put your pen and paper down. I'm not going to do this on my own, by the way. Come on. Come on, I don't care who stood by you. Who thinks you're crazy? Remember, I can see you all. Let me see who I can see. Okay, I can see you. You're not moving. Don't hide the screen. I love it. Oh, I can't see your names if you're not moving.
If you feel like happiness is the truth, because I'm happy. If you know what happiness is to you, because I'm happy. If you feel like that's what you want to do.
Come on, some of you not moving. I can still see some of you sitting down.
Give me all you got, don't hold it back.
I think, to be fair, some of you have moved your screens of your cameras up to the ceiling, so I can't see you sitting down. Wait till you get to Summit and all of the launch events. You're going to have to move when we get to those. So thanks to those that have played out and stood up and done some. And sorry if you can't move because you've hurt your hip. Okay, so the next ones we got are your financial goals. So yeah, Summit in Indy, definitely from somebody that actually lives in Indy. And so that's one of the goals. I hope somebody put that down. For anyone that works in Beachbody, is like coming in as an entrepreneur in the business, as a coach, you definitely want to have Summit in Indy down on that list of things to achieve as a personal development one. So the next thing we're going to concentrate on are your financial goals. So this is kind of getting into the specifics around money now. And some people have real challenges with money, and that's okay. It's not, you're not alone. But we're going to get into the real specifics now about what you need. So not about being debt free. It's like, what would you feel really comfortable with? What would make you smile every day? And kind of, you know, and it's not all about money, because some people, there are millionaires out there that are totally miserable. And that's why I've done the personal development ones right at the beginning about who you become. Because you could be a multi-millionaire and super miserable, but who are you becoming along that journey? And are you turning into somebody that's not particularly a great person? Or actually, is it more important for you to be somebody, you know, helping other people? And it's not necessarily about the money. So, but now we're going to concentrate on the money. So things that you're going to be thinking of are like things like how much you earn in a week, how much a month. So we're just going to spend 5 minutes now, and I want you to put your 1-year goal, your 3-year goals, your 5-year goals, your 10-year goals, and your 20-year goals. And for those of you that are really young, you also want to think about retirement. So start writing some down about what you would like to achieve in these different time frames, and just dump it down on paper. I'm going to give you some ideas as we go through as well. So we've got stuff like, how much would you like to earn a week? So for those of you that are going to become a coach within Beachbody, you're going to get paid weekly. So how much would you like to see coming in each week? How much would you like to earn a month? How much do you need a month? But then how much would you want a month? Because there's a very different between how much you actually need and then how much you want. So the need is getting all the bills paid. That doesn't really motivate us. What motivates us is actually having some more money there to be able to create life and create memories. So how much do you want to be able to create more memories and go on holidays and go on honeymoons and things? What would make you feel comfortable? Have you got anywhere that you'd want to invest your money? Have you got any parents that you would love to support as they get older? Have you got children that will be going off to university that you need to sort of put some money aside for them? How much do you have in your life savings? How much would you like in some savings? So we're just going to get 2 or 3 minutes now, because this is not so much of a free-for-all. This is like really setting down some structure on some money there. Have you got a pension fund? How much would you like in your pension fund? And don't put blocks on it. Don't think about the how right now. Just put down, and you may need to do some homework on this, because a lot of us will have bills going out every month and have complete oblivious as to how much goes out every month. We just kind of have too much month left at the end of the money. So you kind of like now need to know exactly where you're at and where you want to be, but just put a rough number down as to how much you want each year, how much you'd like in a savings account in 3 years' time. And that's a good start. Well done, Neil. Yep, Lynn's got a point. It's a good start. Whatever you put down. If you go back to your materialistic and your things goals, and also your personal development goals, are you wanting to go back to university? Kind of think, well, actually, I put that as my top one. How much am I going to need to earn to get me to go back to university? Or if I want to go to Summit next year and I want to achieve, like, and go on lots of different trips, how much do I need to earn to be able to fly me first class? These are the kinds of things you're going to need to think about. So financially, what I want you to do now is to take all the 1 year. So you're going to put your numbers next to them as to where you'd like to be in 1 year, 3 year, 5 year, 10 year, and 20 years. And put 3 of your 1 year ones. So if you've got a certain amount you want to be saving for in your 1 year one, if you've got a weekly amount, if you've got a yearly amount, put down there. Again, like we've done before, write down your top 3 1 year goals for financially. And then you're going to put your paragraph again. So put your reasons why this is a must. What that will feel like being, you know, financially free. Having money now to create experiences. Having a travel budget separate to bills. Having the flexibility that having more money gives you. What does that feel like? Why is this a must? How many more years are you going to live with having too much month at the end of your money? How uncomfortable does that feel? So why are you now going to make this a must? So that you can sleep at night. That helps. And when I did my first set of goals, it was because I put myself in a place of serious, serious pain with regards to my finances. And that was when I did my goals, and I had a massive must. And you really do not want to get to that point. This was a few years ago, and you seriously don't ever want to get there if you can avoid it. And if you are there, this is the perfect time for you to be writing these goals out, because that's when you get the real kick and the real motivation as to why you are doing this. What role model are you becoming as a parent, or as a friend, or as a sister, or as a, you know, a mother, father to your kids with regards to financial goals? Why is this a must for you? Somebody must have scared it with the dancing. I don't think he did. Okay, so if you're finding this bit tricky, and I knew people would, because anytime you put down money, that's when the how gets put into your brains, because you can't figure out how you're going to do this. And I know that. I've been there. And what I would say to you is there is a plan, there is something you can do. There's always something you do, but you need to know what you're needing to aim for. So what is your goal you need to aim for? So if you are someone that's here in Beachbody and you need to earn a certain amount of money, this is the point when if you've chosen to become a coach, you can go to a coach and say, right, how many people do I need to help for me to get to this level of income? How many people do I need to speak to every day? How many challenge groups do I need to do every day? And this is where you get to ask powerful questions that help to get you to that spot. And so for me, when I was going up the career ladder, it was like, how much training do I need? What extra stuff can I do outside for me to be able to get to the next step so that I could get the next paid brand? So it's like, what can you do? How many people? And when I was the entrepreneur and I was doing for all of you that are choosing to be coaches right now, it's like, how many people do I need to speak to and how many people do I need to help for me to get to where I want to be? Because that's what happens, is if you help enough people in life, it will always come back to you. And so you go in with a plan, and it could be that you need to take another job, outside of it while you're building stuff up. And that's okay. And if you want to, but it's having that clear, what do I need? What do I need to pay my bills every month? And then what do I want over and above? Go through your bank accounts if you haven't done it yet, and you need to know that bit. Go through your bank accounts and find out exactly what you need every month just to survive. And that's not a great place to be. So the next place is, okay, now where do I want to be where I'm not surviving and I'm actually thriving financially? And all of it comes back to what we did very first of all, is that personal development. Who do you need to become? Who is the person that is earning that kind of money each year? Who do you need to become? Don't worry about your math and you're making your brain hurt. It's really simple. And try not to overthink this right now. Just put down that number so you know where your starting point is, and then you work back from there. Okay, so you've got your goals down there, and you've put the reasons why it's a must for you. Yeah, and if you've got just one for 1 year, that's brilliant. If that's your 1 year goal and you're going to really go for it, then you need to put a plan into place, obviously, off the back of that. And that's when you start chunking down and you start looking for resources and asking the questions now about, who do I now need to become? I need to tap back into my personal development goals. Go, right, who have I said I'm going to become? What is it I want to do? Who am I? What am I doing here? And it's like, what's my real purpose now to get to that next stage? Okay, so you've now got your 3 personal, your 3 things, goals, and your 3 financial, hopefully, if not at least 1 financial, that you're going to be committed to, that you will achieve between now and October the 8th, 2018. Now, the heavy one is the money one, because instantly people go, oh, I can't do that. That's like, I just can't achieve it. That's what I need. But this is where you now know where you are. And it's having that starting point of now to be able to go and push yourself to get further forward. And so it could be in many different ways, but it's always about asking the questions. I love it. 3 for October and 1 for 20 years. Well done, Neil. Oh, you've made yourself cry with this one. Yeah, sometimes reality kind of kicks in when we're talking about financial, because it is that whole facing in the mirror and going, okay, this is where I am, and now I need to do something different about it. And this one usually is the one that will give you the most pain if something's not done about it, but then the most pleasure if something is. And so that's where we're here to help you, especially, for anyone that's choosing. Hopefully there's lots of you on here as Beachbody coaches, all coming to launch, and you will find out how, helping so many people in the community and helping across the UK here could ease some of this as well for you. So that's an added bonus of becoming a coach with Beachbody. So no, okay, I get that. So it won't be motivating for some of you, but for others it absolutely will. And so it's really important that you have them written down with your paragraphs as to why. So what you need to do now is go back and look at your 3 personal, your 3 things, and your 3 financial. Take a look at them and think to yourself as you read through them, are they really, really, is there a real must here? Do I feel a real emotionally kind of inspired by them? Am I excited when I look at them? And what I want you to do is to put them on your wall, to get photos if there's something that you can get a photo of, to get a picture of something if there's a goal there that you've got a real kind of, it's a car maybe, get a picture of that car. Your personal ones as well, wherever they are, write down on the wall, get it really clear on your screensaver on your laptop, put it down in your book, and then put it up on the wall somewhere. And I've literally got that whiteboard papery stuff that you can just stick to the wall. And just pop it on there so you see it every day. Put it in your bathroom, put it on your mirror, write it on your mirror in your bathroom, your 9 things that you want to achieve this year. Write them down and pop them on the mirror. And then what you're going to do is double check that they make you kind of feel something. If they're not making you feel something, you need to go back and review them 100%. And then tonight what you need to do is take some action straight away. So look at them. So if you want to go and learn German tonight, you need to go and find out about a German course. If you want to get to Indy next year, if that's down on one of your I want to achieve this personal development wise, you need to go and start looking for flights for Indy to find out how much they are. If you want to, I don't know, build a new house, go and find, look up for some land. Go and take some action right now. Don't leave it. Take some action straight away on the things that you've written down on that piece of paper, in whatever way that looks like. Go and research something. If you love a new car, go and test drive that new car. And I used to do that with everyone that came into my team. If they said that they wanted a car, I would book a test drive for them and go and make them test drive this car. And that was probably the last thing they ever wanted to do. I can guarantee it. The people that did the test drive of the car, trust me, they went and actually earned those cars in my team. So it's really important that you feel it. And kind of, as someone said, you're kind of living it as if it's happening now, and really visualize yourself in that moment now. And you've got to go back and review your paragraphs and make sure that your whys are strong enough. Now, does anyone else want to share any of your goals in the chat? I know some people have been doing it already, because this is another thing. By putting it out there in the universe, that kind of makes it real when you have to share it. And I would really love to see some of these boards. If you create them and you put some pictures up on the wall and you kind of put some colors around them and get some real whys behind it, love it. To go to Canada. When you put Canada, put down whereabouts in Canada, get a picture of that place that you want to go to in Canada. I love it. That's on my list of places to go to as well. And then look in your book. So this journal that you're now going to create, you want to look in that book every day and just check in on your goals. Because if you hit an obstacle, you've got a real clear reason why you're doing this now. You've got 9 things that you must achieve. And if they're not feeling like that for this year, you really need to kind of go back and review them, because this is what's going to keep you on track. When loads of things, when you'll hear noise from outside, it's really easy to kind of go, oh, squirrel over there. But when you're clear and you kind of go, right, this is what I'm doing. These are the 9 things that I must do this year. And now I'm going to stay focused and I'm going to find the resources to help me to achieve these this year. Put them down and go for it. So to get what you earn in your current job, but not have to spend 60+ hours a week. Oh yeah, I get that one. I absolutely understand why you'd want to stop that, especially if you don't enjoy it. Fuzzy Ready Breck, Freeland, you feel normal. Get a MacBook, so computer, oh yeah, that helps a lot. Quick word about journals. I bought the Get Shit Done bullet grid journal. It's a graph book, don't bother. Okay, don't do that one then. Thanks, Dane. Financial freedom that will allow more quality time. It absolutely does. And you can create experiences. You know what? You can go to your grave with lots of materialistic things, but actually experiences are the things that you'll talk about. And one thing I will say to you is, and this is why I kind of do goal setting now, is because it's probably going to get quite emotional now, so I get my whys. But if I look back, my mum died at the age of 62 in 2003. And her last words to me were, it was never meant to be like this, Sarah, and we should have done so much more. She was 62, and those were the 2 things that came out of her mouth probably about 20 minutes before she died. You know what? I look at that now and I just think, oh my God, there's no way I can get through life and get to my grave thinking that with my kids. So, you know, really kind of think to yourself when you're getting in your rocking chair when you're like 80 or something, and look back and think, have I done everything that I possibly could have done? Could I have kind of gone and got some more training and, you know, learned a new skill to kind of enhance our life a little bit better, or done more personal development, or just tried that little bit harder? And so I would really kind of fast forward your life and then to take a look back to see if there's stuff that you could have done differently. Because trust me, that 2 sentences stuck with me will stick with me until I die, that those were the 2 things that my mum said to me just before she passed away. And it was powerful because it kind of made me think, woof, and it fills me up every time I think about it as well. So, but that's what you want. You want whys that will make you cry, that you kind of get emotional with, that will kind of really motivate you to do something and not stand still. You know, life is short, and it can be sometimes, and you don't realize until you get hit with a brick. So, you know, don't get to that point and wish that you've done something. You've got the opportunity now to do some amazing things, to help some amazing people, to grow as people, and to get really excited about what the future holds. And yeah, make sure that you embrace it is what I would say. So if anyone's got any questions before we go, I would like to answer them. And if you have any questions afterwards, obviously we've gone over a little bit longer than I was expecting to, but send me a message. Obviously I'm still putting up calls there. I'm still speaking to people every day. I'm loving connecting with everyone. I cannot wait till I see everyone on the 21st of October. If you're coming along to the launch event, if you're not, why not make it a must? And if you can get extra people there, we've still got approximately, I think, about 80 tickets in the morning and 80 in the afternoon still to be filled. So, you know, invite them along. They will check. Honestly, not just only will you do this, you know, go along to that event as a coach or as a potential customer of Beachbody. You know what? The buzz anybody would get from going along to that event will be phenomenal. So it'll be worth inviting as many people as you possibly can, because they're going to feel good when they leave there too. So yeah, so I hope you've really got something from this. If not anything, you know, nothing that you're motivated by, obviously go back and review it and just, you know, make sure you get that something that really does get you in your soul and your big why there to get you motivated. And I really look forward to carrying on this journey with you for many years to come. I'm really excited for you all. And we will look forward to seeing you on Tuesday when we have our next training. And I'll pop a little post up into the group with what that's going to be about for you as well. So huge thank you for everyone coming on tonight. I really appreciate your time. Carry on writing down your paragraphs if you haven't filled them out. Get everything up on a wall, on a whiteboard, and then get and share it with me. I'd love to see what you've all written down. And if I can help any more with your goals, etc. If you've got stuck on any, then just come back and shout for me. And then go back to your coach. If you're a coach in Beachbody and you're interested now in finding out how you get to different levels, etc., go back and ask them. They will be waiting to hear from you. So thanks for coming on, guys. Say good night from me. Let's put some music on as we go out. Hold on. Which one should we have? There we go. We'll have that one. So huge thanks for everyone for coming on tonight. And we will see you on Tuesday.
Tell us why you had to hide away for so long. Why did you go wrong? Where's the blue sky? Please tell us why.